King Charles has a strategic need to reconcile with Prince Harry. King Charles has a strategic need to pursue a path of reconciliation with his estranged son, Prince Harry, in the medium to long term, and as part of his attempts to pave that path, he is not asking him to apologize for accusations about what Harry in his books, films and other interviews, royal sources and friends of the King and Queen Camilla told the Daily Beast. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any updates about the British royal family. The royal hoped an unconditional apology would be welcomed by the prince and that Harry could set aside his own demands for an apology from Meghan Markle, the friend said, allowing a reboot in relations. The royal and Camilla's friend told the Daily Beast that while Charles hoped to build a relationship with Harry in due time, he wouldn't be tempted to apologize. They said, "It has been reported that Charles wants an apology from Harry, but that is far from the case. Charles didn't expect that. He knows the Windsors are a stubborn bunch and Harry is no exception. The compromise is, can Harry accept that he won't get an apology either? Remember, Charles allowed Jonathan Dimbleby to write a book attacking his parents, but in the end they all pretty much forgot about it, chalked it up to that experience and moved on. Charles wants to hit the reset button, but not at any price." In interviews to promote his book Spare, Harry said he wanted accountability from the royal family. In an interview with The Telegraph, Harry explicitly called for an apology, saying, "As I see it, I'm willing to forgive the royal family for everything you've done, and I wish you would actually sit down, come with me, the right way, and instead of saying I'm delusional and paranoid, sit down and have a nice conversation about this topic, because what I would really like is some accountability. And an apology to my wife." While there is little doubt that a cordial settlement with the Sussexes would represent a victory for King Charles, such hopes and dreams are outweighed by concerns on the King's part in recent years to do anything that would breathe new life into the media story of a destructive royal feud. Arranging a meeting with Harry, no matter how cordial, would risk doing just that. In recent weeks, the palace has been remarkably quick to dismiss false rumors of peace summits or other tete-a-tete. However, the fact that courtiers reportedly told Harry he would be welcome if he wanted to visit his father at Balmoral earlier this month was clearly a positive sign that things are moving in the right direction, said the friend. Harry did not accept the offer, but it was encouraging that his side seemed to diplomatically blame tight logistics for the meeting not working. Harry's camp said he could not come to Scotland due to the brevity of his stopover in Britain, an argument somewhat undermined by the revelation that Harry had apparently found time to visit his cousin Eugenie in Portugal during her trip to Europe. The friend said, "Harry's problem doesn't need to be fixed immediately, but it will be eventually. Charles loves Harry, but his priority is to fulfill his duty as king and not abandon his mother. This means that constitutional considerations must take priority." Less uplifting mood music was provided by the King's renewed failure to offer Harry a British base. After being brutally evicted from Frogmore Cottage following the publication of Spare, Harry is no longer domiciled in Britain, putting the legality of his last remaining constitutional role as a Councillor of State in jeopardy. The Sunday Times quoted a source as saying it was considered reasonable for Harry to be offered a pied artery on the royal estate, but an official Buckingham Palace spokesperson told the newspaper, "These claims are not true." Although the late Queen Elizabeth II was often personally lenient towards Harry, whom she adored, she was known for taking a hard line towards family members who she believed had failed in their duty. Her sister, Princess Margaret, was not allowed to marry Peter Townsend. Her uncle David, better known as Edward VIII, who abdicated in 1936, was denied full rehabilitation after his accession to the throne, even though she was said to be deeply fond of him personally. Whenever there was a conflict between his personal feelings and the protection of the crown, the call of duty prevailed. Charles inherited this instinct, but times have changed and the reality is that, although people are friendly, the continued estrangement between Harry and Meghan reflects poorly on Charles as a leader. The problem will be exacerbated when his grandchildren, a prince and princess, grow up in California, and have no apparent contact with Harry's family.